Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to day 83 of me journaling my journey to becoming profitable and the best version of myself. Today, we end up getting stopped out and taking a brutal loss on all three live accounts, but it is what it is. It's a part of the game, and that's something I need to get better at is taking losses. And today was really unfortunate, but I do feel like I gained a bit of knowledge. And I say like on the days that you lose is when you progress most as a trader and you actually gain something from the charts, and that's what I want to go over today. So I ended up losing around $400 across all three live accounts, which is really unfortunate. It's Friday. I hate Fridays. I always end up getting stopped out on Fridays, but it is what it is, and we'll come back next week. But anyways, going to the session, I was looking for shorts, and we actually did get the trade that I was looking for. We ended up taking out high time from liquidity on the 15-minute time frame, as well as the 1 hour. Then I wanted us to inverse this 5 minute bullish gap before taking a short, which we ended up doing, and we could have just shorted right here and targeted like a 1-on-1 risk reward. We went all the way down to this unfilled 1 hour gap, and we could have got our 1-to-1 risk reward. But unfortunately, I ended up taking a long. Why? Because before we inverse this gap, we were actually holding up and respecting it really well, and we ended up inversing on trade C. We ended up inversing this 3 minute bullish for value gap right here. Let me delete this stuff so it doesn't get in the way. We had this bearish for value gap right here, and we ended up inversing right here with this candle. But for some reason on TradingView, we didn't inverse that. We didn't inverse that bearish for value gap right here, which is so weird. Like I would have never taken the trade if I had seen that we had an inverse this for value gap. But on trade C, we did inverse this for value gap, and I ended up taking a long, which was against my trading idea. I was looking for shorts, and I wanted shorts, and shorts ended up working out. But for some reason, I ended up taking a long, and unfortunately, as well, it was at 10 a.m., which apparently we had some yellow folder news that wanted to just make price dump, and I ended up getting stopped out for more than I was also intending to. I only intended to get stopped out for around $200 to $300, but ended up being $412, which is more than I was intending to risk. But the trade didn't end up working out. We ended up getting stopped out, and I ended up taking a loss on all three accounts. But from this day, what I can gain from it is to just stick to my trading idea. And, it's just really unfortunate that it didn't end up working out. And then later on, even for longs, there was such a nice setup. We ended up coming all the way down here into this 15-minute bullish for value gap. And then there was such a clean inverse, like right here, off of this 1 minute inverse for value gap. This is just beautiful. A plus. I wish I had taken this. And then you could have just long right here off of this candle. Put your stops below these lows, and then you could just target these highs right here. Great trade, and we just kept going up an entire session. But it's unfortunate. The trade that I wanted to take for the shorts was, if we delete this, off of this, and my target would have been right here, this 15-minute unfilled bullish for value gap. And the reason I was still interested in taking this trade, because with this we came down, but we never ended up taking out these lows, and I would have taken my trade there, put my take profit right here, and targeted a 1-on-1 risk reward, with this bearish for value gap being our stop loss, which is also unfortunate. Like, this trade ended up working out as well, but I ended up taking that one stupid trade that didn't, which sucks. But you can't be perfect in trading. You're going to take losses, and you just got to learn from them and move on. And I really need to get better at taking losses. If I'm going to make this my career, and I need to be able to take a loss without without just ruining my entire day and just doing something stupid. Well, at least I got better. I ended up taking just one trade, one loss, and I ended up getting off the charts, and I didn't make today worse than it already was. And I just hope next week goes well. hopefully we get out of the negative. We currently have $1,588 left of drawdown, and we are negative $238 on the accounts, which I'm not really too worried about this. I'm more worried about this. I just really don't want to lose these accounts. But if I stick to what my risk should be, which is $300, I have around 5 to 6 trades before I blow the account. So I have to lose 5 to 6 trades in a row to blow my accounts, which is very unlikely. So I should be good as long as I follow good risk management. It's just the days like today, it just sucks. Like, I don't know. It's just because of the news that came out. It just made my stop loss be bigger than what it already was, which is super unfortunate. But it is what it is. We'll learn from it. We'll get better. And hopefully we have a successful week next week. But, besides that, everything else is good. Growing my relationship with God, going to the gym. School's over. And hopefully we end off the month strong. But anyways, that was day 83. I hope you guys had a successful day. And, even if you didn't, just most important, you got to be the best loser in trading to succeed. You have to be the best loser to succeed. Just got to keep that in mind. And, it's just a part of the process, and we'll get better. But anyways, that's how today ended up going. Hope you guys had a good day, and hope you guys enjoy your weekend.